Hey everyone, Jack here, Talk Norwich City. I hope you're all doing very well indeed. Big news coming out of Norwich City today, and that's that Asian gambling firm BK8 will no longer be associated with Norwich City. Now, this has been an evolving story ever since earlier in the week when it was announced that BK8, the Asian gambling company, would be the new shirt sponsor for Norwich City and the commercial partner. Now, this was a really big deal for Norwich City. This was a record-breaking sum of money. A sum of money that would make a real difference in terms of the balance sheets, and especially considering COVID and the dent that that's left, not just for Norwich but across the footballing landscape and further afield. This was a sum of money that Norwich City felt that could make real change, not only with the playing squad but the infrastructure around the club. There was excitement around this deal before it was announced. But it went sour, and it went sour very quickly because it soon came to surface that BK8 and affiliates to BK8 were using degrading and sexualized content to market their product. Now, we've had the discussion around gambling in football, and I think that will be an ongoing discussion, and I suspect there will be legislation put in place very soon around that very issue. You can agree or disagree with whether you think gambling has a place in football. That's a discussion that's been had a lot. We're not here to talk about that today. What we did all agree on was there was absolutely no place for the kind of material that BK8 were producing to market themselves, and the visions of BK8 did not align with Norwich City. Now, this is a really big deal because I must admit, when all of this came out, I thought they would have been too deep into the agreement to pull out, to scrap it, and that's what has happened. Norwich City have said they will no longer be working with BK8. This deal is now done. It is off the table, and they will try and seek another sponsor. Now, Norwich City have clearly made a howling error here, because the due diligence around this deal in terms of the financial side of things, I'm sure was done expertly. The due diligence surrounding the general marketing of BK8 wasn't done at all, or if it was done, wasn't deemed big enough an issue to cancel the deal before it was announced, and they've got themselves in all kinds of bother now. Now, what the next couple of weeks, month looks like for this kind of thing is going to be fascinating. I don't know whether they have something up their sleeves to partner with a company or a charity that aligns with the club more than BK8 did. But what we do know is that it will leave a significant dent on the balance sheet for Norwich City, and that is not what they have wanted. Now, the statement from the football club read, "As a club, we're proud of our place within the local community and our relationship with supporters around the world. We've worked tirelessly for a considerable time building relationships across a wide range of mediums and community projects. Whilst we anticipated some negative responses to the announcement of the partnership with the betting company, the club understands the reaction to BK8, their affiliates and other similar brands' ways of marketing, the values of which do not align with those of the football club." Now, the statement is very honest, it's frank. There's a significant quote in there from Ben Kensel, our Chief Operating Officer. They know that they've screwed up here. They don't need telling anymore. They know they've screwed up. People make mistakes. Clubs make mistakes, companies make mistakes, and it's all about how you then respond to that. I'm sure on the surface this deal looked good. It was a significant amount of money, and they felt that they could work in line. It's come to fruition that it won't work, and it won't work now because the deal is off the table. I'm glad that no one has lost their jobs around this, because I know firsthand how much the people within the football club who leveraged this deal are hurting, and they know that they have let down the fans. The positive of this, if you can find a positive, is it shows 100% that fans still have a big voice within football. We saw it back when the Super League was being proposed with the bigger clubs looking to break away from the Premier League. That was shut down because of the fans, because of the relentless and organised nature of fan protest. And this deal, I will admit, I thought it was just going to go ahead with maybe a few tweaks here and there. The fact that the fans rallied in a passionate, aggressive, but fair way says massive things for the game. And I think this raises a wider conversation around what do we want from our football club? What do people want from their football club? There will be people who disagree with the fact that this deal is now no longer a thing. They will simply be wanting revenue and to be competitive on the pitch. Of course, everyone wants Norwich City to be competitive on the pitch, but I think Norwich City, more than anyone, wants its football club to be the beacon of good within the local community. We're a very unique club in the sense that we are the only club in our county, professional club in our county, and we have a wide range of fans, all ages, all genders, all sexualities. We're a very diverse community, and it was clear from the outrage and the persistent anger that this deal wasn't going to work. So Norwich City have taken a significant hit financially here, and hopefully the next step will be a positive one. Now, I'm fairly sure it's not going to be another gambling company. It's certainly not going to be another company with such skewed morals of BK8. There we go. That's a fascinating chapter in Norwich City's history. It genuinely does feel big, this. I think it's a real watershed moment within football. It raises questions around gambling in football and where that stands, and it certainly raises questions around these white label gambling firms who you don't really know who they are, you don't know who's operating, you don't know who the customers are. Very murky waters, and waters that I suspect Norwich City will be glad to be out of. That's that. Norwich City and BK8, no longer a thing. Let me know your thoughts. Did you expect this to happen? Did you expect the deal not to happen, or did you think things would be tweaked slightly and it would go through? Fascinating few weeks for Norwich City. There'll be plenty more videos maybe surrounding this, certainly transfer news, because there's lots going on at the moment. Make sure you're subscribed to Talk Norwich City so you don't miss out. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being the change that you want to see, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.